So it's been a couple of days since we last recorded some clips on the account, and what I've basically been doing is continuing the skilling arc, as well as finding some AFK things to do. Now, we are into February, which means the time I've got to fully focus on this account is going to drop a little bit because I've got so much recording and editing to do to keep up with the subathon. So to find a couple of things to AFK is quite nice for this account. And what I decided to end up on is smithing and mining. So the good thing with smithing is that it's going to be a full 5-minute AFK, especially when I'm kind of above the tier. So what I mean is at the minute I'm level 37 smithing, which means anything steel wise is going to be heated 100% when I go and create it, and also is going to be fully AFK. Myth would only be at the later levels, so when we get to level 40, that's when we'll go up to mithril. Mithril bars are actually very well priced and very cheap, so we'll definitely be doing some mithril smithing at some point. Now, the reason why I focus on these, like I mentioned before, is because they're very, very AFK. Mining with a Juju Potion and Stone Spirits. I've shown this a lot in videos with high level stuff on the account, but if you are brand new to the channel, mining can be fully AFK as long as you've got some space and an ore box for a good couple of minutes. So I think those are going to be the two skills I'm going to focus on for a little bit. Again, mining and smithing really unlock quite a lot of quests. I got 40 mining last night, so after this sort of clip we've talked about, I'll show you guys what I unlocked in terms of quests. 40 mining unlocked a massive set of quests on the quest side as well, so that would be really nice. And I imagine 40 smithing is going to be the same. But yeah, that is pretty much where I am. In terms of other things as well, I've done daily challenges. Daily challenges give us a couple of levels, and yeah, we're just bumping that total level up. I think by today we'll be quite comfortably over 700, maybe towards 750. And what I'm also going to do as well, after this video, there's going to be 3 kind of spin-off episodes where I'm going to show you guys what I would do for lower level money making around this account build. Just in case you guys are looking for some different ideas compared to what I'm doing, I'll do the main 3 I've done as well as any others I can find, just to give you guys an idea. Then we're going to do a video talking through combat where I would suggest going train combat, where I'm going to go and train combat and all the other stuff relating to that. And also one about things which are very helpful for your accounts, whether it's items, distraction, diversions, monthlies, dailies, all that kind of thing as well. And just so I can give you guys some high quality information if you are looking to build a fresh account, or maybe you're a returning player, just to give you guys a bit of an idea of what to do as well. And then there might be one where I'm going to go through things I would invest in early. Again, we did prayer, which I think is a very solid sort of suggestion. And then when I've sort of leveled some skills up, found out what kind of works best, things I would invest in, both money-wise and also time-wise as well. So I'm hoping that between those videos, I can give you guys some really, really good content if you are looking to sort of do this as well, and just return to the game, or looking to get back into the game as well, looking for some ideas. Because that's what I've found is the biggest struggle with sort of early level and low level gameplay, is just getting some ideas in some direction. Once you've sort of found out your place and what you enjoy and what you want to do, it's really great then, but just finding that sort of place to get started with and to move on with can be a little bit annoying. But as you can see, smithing, we've pretty much done this whole clip while I'm smithing, and I've only done half the info. It's a great skill. I would never encourage anyone to spend money on smithing because it's just such a strong AFK you could do anywhere, and especially smithing now when you can have a full info of plate body projects, it's just so nice to do. So yeah, really happy to be doing that. So what I'm probably going to do is get to 40 smithing. I was doing this because I thought I needed 40 smithing to go and get the element ore box, and then I could only use the element ore box. Turns out I can just buy primal. So I bought primal for 700k, and that's going to follow me along all the way. And like I mentioned before, if I use a perfect mining Juju and the Stone Spirits alongside them, I can have the AFK mining where I don't have to reset my stamina bar. But I'll show you guys that afterwards anyway. But yeah, that is pretty much it. That is pretty much where we are. I have found a couple more money makers, which I'll go and show you guys as well. They've fallen off a little bit, so they weren't quite as good as what Clockworks and Stonewall segments are. But I imagine that at some point, very, very soon, I will go back and do another stint of those, only just to top the money up. I don't need money, even training the skills at the minute, it is a bit low level stuff, and you can get niche items which cost a lot, but nothing's costing too much. Bearfur is still selling quite consistently and very slowly over time, but it's still selling. So we'll definitely go and look at picking up another sort of bit of that as well. Silver sickles for a little while was selling for 28,000 coins each, and they only needed 1 silver bar. I think I've talked about this method already, but we managed to sell a decent stack of them a little bit further down. Yeah, so we sold 200 for 28,000 coins. They've dropped off a little bit and have not sold since, but again, I'll just keep in the grand exchange. Yesterday, I was going to upgrade my ore box. I had to buy some mithril bars, and they were selling 14,000 coins each. So overnight, we sold a few for 13.8, but when you kind of get that many, you know you're not going to sell a lot. But if they were selling for that kind of price, mithril bar smelting would have been very, very nice in terms of money making method. And would have given me a little bit of smithing XP, which is why I was kind of doing more of anything, just try to see if it was worthwhile smithing. Bar smithing is very slow, so I wouldn't recommend that. So yeah. What we'll be doing though is just doing normal smithing, very AFK and really, really decent. And that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. Obviously when we're getting a bit more interactive and stuff, I want to buy some herbal levels. I need to do my daily challenges. Obviously we're going to do some more quests. But the good thing is, by doing all this skilling lately, we are unlocking more and more quests to go and have an adventure into very soon. There are some big quests I want to kind of get out of the way very soon as well, like anything which sort of equates to like some combat XP. So the Grand Tree is going to be absolutely massive for us. We're also going to get Monkey Madness at some point again, very big. The Haunted Mine, which we can do as well, is like 22k strength XP. So I'll get those ticks off and then we'll go and delve into the combat side a little bit more as well. So this is the thing, is that in a minute, there's so many things to do, and what I want to be doing while I'm editing and doing all these videos and stuff, I still want to be contributing to this account and still progressing this account along. And again, if any of you guys are watching and you get the ability to work from home or you need to study and stuff like that, these kind of skills and these kind of things mean you can continuously progress your account without having to pay attention to it. So we've been recording this clip for like 7.5 minutes, and I'd probably say like 6.5 minutes of that have been just fully AFK while smithing as well. So yeah, I'm going to keep going. Again, as always, thank you guys so much for your support. I know I want to keep saying it throughout the whole series, and we'll keep going with it as well. But I'm hoping those 3-4 videos where we just do a little bit more delving into the account build and what you can do at this kind of level, what kind of money making stuff you can do as well, should hopefully help a lot of you guys out. And that's what the series is all about, really. But yeah, we'll get back to it. And we'll report back when it's time to mining. Just show you guys, like, obviously the Jujus and Juju mining potions, and then go through like that. And yeah, so while AFKing at night, I have been able to get level 40 mining, which unlocks a massive list of quests. Just going down here, you can see how many quests we've unlocked by 40 mining. Really big requirement to hit, which will definitely help us out in the long run when we're deciding to do some quests as well. Some really big ones here: Watchtower, Family Crest, and also Beneath Cursed Tides by doing 40 mining. Just been doing adamant for that. Okay, so that was a pretty big level there. Level 40 smithing is going to open up quite a few different things. Adamant smithing, which, to be fair with adamant, it's one of those sort of metals where, because it disassembles into some decent components, we're starting to make some money from smithing as well. Not only that, we can now do gold bar smelting, which turning ore into bar can be very profitable at times. You've got to kind of catch it at the right time. It can still be another way we can make some money. Family Crest and also Doric's mini quests as well. Another level to that is going to be very nice. We'll start doing Doric's soon-ish, but definitely a decent thing there. Now, what I've done is I've kind of taken 200 steel bars from the clockwork pile and just basically sat here and smith some arrowheads because it's the most AFK way to do it. Now, the grand exchange price on these steel arrowheads is coming in at the price of 24 GP each, and you make 75 of these arrowheads at a time per bar. So currently at the GE price, we do lose some money. We lose about 1,200 coins, but from experience of buying these arrowheads, they're going to sell for a lot more on the grand exchange. I'm just going to work out if I'm actually going to make some profit from it as well. But what I'll do, just for this clip, we'll run to the grand exchange really quickly, just work the price out and put these in to sell. And then the extra sort of like 28 bars, I've only got a couple more left in storage, so I'm going to finish those out anyway. I'll save to go and do the fletching as well, because I made some headless arrows to get to like level 32. And I'm going to do the steel arrows to basically see what level we can get from there. So if we go to our history on the Grand Exchange, we can see what price we bought them for. 36 each, yeah, so we're going to still lose some money actually. I thought they were selling for like way more, but you know, I suppose again, we're investing money into it to go and make some more out of it. And now we can do mithril arrowheads as well. We can smith those bars into mithril arrowheads and make a fair bit more profit there. Now, mithril arrowheads for a point did make some profit, so I'll go and check that out. If not, what I might do is put the mithril bars onto the Grand Exchange just because they were selling for so much, and it might be worth doing. Now, because mithril bars are so cheap, they're only about 1,500 coins. This could definitely be a way where you could make some money if you like slowly bought the bars on the Grand Exchange. So 33 GP for mithril arrowheads actually is a bit cheap and a bit dead. So no worries. I was checking out some bronze prices as well to see if that was worthwhile making. The hatchet actually wasn't that bad at 6.4k. I've sold them for a lot more, but again, just for the sake of maybe just doing an invo or two, it's something you can make quite a high profit on. Bronze bars are still under 2,000 coins, so it's definitely like a 4,000 coin profit if we wanted to do that. And again, this is what I'm trying to do. Every time I'm doing something, whether it's a new skill or a new quest or whatever, I'm trying to find out margins on items because you're delving into so much and you're picking out so much profit in these items as well. Now the silver sickles have actually started selling again, which is actually really nice. I'm hoping we can make a little bit of profit there. Once I've finished this smithing, I'll just go and quickly show you guys what I'm doing for mining. Again, I wanted to keep you guys in the loop. Again, it's something I've shown on multiple videos before, but in case you've not seen any of my previous content and you've simply just started watching for this series, we can make mining a pretty much non-focused skill, pretty much like what we're doing with smithing. You only have to sort of pay attention every now and then to fill your raw box, but mining is a really good AFK skill. I think personally, for me and on this account, the only thing which is going to sort of rival smithing in mining is going to be archaeology, but we do need to put some groundwork into archaeology to get there. So for archaeology, you really want to have the auto screener, which will automatically screen your soil. That's quite a while away because we need invention, but working on things like smithing, crafting and divination is a nice little goal for now, and it's probably where I need to go and sort of fix my AFK time to, because those are going to be the skills which will unlock invention. Invention then opens a complete different dynamic to the account. We can then go and do a lot of different things. We have something then we can invest our cash in and buy components and materials and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, those are very long-term goals anyway. So I'm just going to keep just smithing this info like I said, and then what we're going to do is just run through the mining, because that's what I'm pretty much going to be doing in all my downtime. Anytime I'm going to be like doing videos or editing, I'm just going to alternate between mining and smithing, only to like level 60-ish for now. And then we'll move focus and we'll go and look at something else. But in terms of while I'm actively playing, I still need to go and do the museum. I need to go and also do my beehives as well today, because 54 I think I found was the level you need to go and do chinchompers. And then that's when I want to start focusing a bit more on player and farms. Start to record the content a bit better and sort of explain what the plan is with that. So 54 is what we need for the chinchompers. We could also do a tree run. Tree runs are very cheap as well. They could also give us a nice big bump up, but yeah, plenty to go at. Our little spending spree cash is getting towards 1.3 mil, so maybe we're going to do a little bit of money making as well. So maybe I put those mithril bars on the Grand Exchange for a bit and we see what happens. But yeah, apart from that, 40 smithing. We're going to go and do some mining in a second. We'll record that and then we'll come back to what is next in the pipeline. Okay, so mining the adamant, I just do it here, just south of the Archaeology Guild. And in terms of what I've got, I found out that you can actually use a primal ore box. You don't have to make your own, or you don't actually have to have a level to use it. So at the minute, I'm 40 smithing. Primal is obviously level 100, but I can actually buy on the Grand Exchange and use it as well. Now, what we're going to be doing and what's stored in the primal ore box is the stone spirits. So I have some adamant stone spirits, and we're going to be using a perfect juju mining potion. Now, what the juju mining potion does is basically resets your stamina every time you use a stone spirit. So between the juju mining potion and the stone spirit, basically means I can just sit and mine away until the invo is filled, which for me is great because it means it can be one of those AFK skills I can do on the side as well. And mining is one of my favorite skills full stop in Runescape, just because it's so fully AFK, it's so chill, and it's got a great benefit where it can make you some decent cash in the long run as well. Now, because we're using stone spirits, not only is my stamina getting reset, every time I get an ore, I'm going to go and get 2 ores. And especially on the lower tier ones, apart from mithril, which for whatever reason was a little bit higher, the prices of the ore is considerably more than the stone spirits. So the stone spirits for adamant I bought for like 50 GP each, and the ore price is currently 1.3k, which actually isn't that bad if I do a decent stint. If this is anything like what mithril was last night, it's going to be mined at a pretty decent speed as well. It really wasn't too bad actually to do 30 to 40 mining. Probably took me like 45 minutes. But again, it's leveling up the skills as well. So this is definitely going to be somewhere I'm going to camp for a little bit, get some decent unlocks. And even if we're going to kind of lose the effectiveness of quests, I need to get 60 to go to the Lunar storyline. So mining's worthwhile investing a bit of time into, because when we do Fermi trials, we want to go and move straight on to Lunars as well. So yeah, this is pretty much how I did mining, and this will work for any kind of ore, whether it's high or low. As long as you've got a perfect juju mining potion and the stone spirit for the ore you're mining, you will pretty much be able to do it fully AFK. One really good way to do it as well is to use it with the grace of the elves and porters, and that pretty much means that your info doesn't fill because it's getting directly put into the bank. That's a nice way to make mining really nice and AFK, but for me, doing this method, all I need to do is fill the primal ore box, and then when the primal ore box is filled, then just go to the Grand Exchange, bank it, and then come back. Again, being here, you got a couple of decent spots, whether you want to go to the Varrock Lodestone and then run east, or go to the Archaeology Guild and just run southwest. You've got a few different options to do that as well, but that's going to be me for a little while. Those silver sickles are still selling. One thing I want to do very soon is to get some stuff back on the Grand Exchange. So maybe do another stint of clockwork, maybe do some more stonewall segments, maybe look at doing some teleport tabs as well. Not that we really need cash at the minute, but I just think while we've got Grand Exchange slots, it's always nice to have stuff selling for you. So that's probably something we're going to look at doing it a little bit. But what I'll make sure to do is when we decide to do that and when we move to start selling stuff, I'll make sure just to record this as well. But I'm just going to do a nice little stint of mining while doing some videos. Again, the editing is never going to stop for this month, so we're going to be a bit more on the AFK side, especially. And just for a little goal for the time being, I pretty much guess that like 60 mining might be a nice little one for us to go after. We're going to need it for a quest line, and it's just going to benefit the fact I can still play the account while doing all this editing and recording as well. So we'll report back when we get a couple levels and some more unlocks. So I'm a little bit mad with myself because for most of today, I've actually been AFKing some smithing just because of quest requirements, and it's such a hard AFK. We've now moved over to mithril plate bodies, which basically means that whenever I make the mithril plate bodies, they're 100% heat because of the level I've got. So because I'm level 40, it means anything which is tier 30 is made with 4% heat when I decide to AFK it as well. Now, we do run out of heat while making mithril plate bodies, but it's still something pretty decent to AFK. So I went a bit too AFK and I actually got level 50 smithing. Now, I'm really annoyed because it's supposed to show like a lot of pop-ups of quests which we've got from the levels, but that's a really nice step in the right direction for all of our skilling. Now, what I'm going to go and do tonight is go and get level 50 mining as well. Hopefully I can catch that. And then I'm going to go and spend the rest of my arrow tips onto getting fletching up in terms of its level and maybe get that to around level 50 fletching. But this has been a pretty eventful and, to be fair, progressive skilling episode. We are now to a total of 712. And we've still got some really easy wins we can go and do as well. But I wanted to round this video up. The next couple of videos are going to be something a little bit different for this series. We're going to go over things like moneymakers, where I'm going to go and show my combats as well as worthwhile D&Ds, just because I think there will be a nice high value collection of different videos for you guys, especially if you're following the journey along with like creating a new account for the new era. And hopefully it just gives you guys a bit of an idea of what I'm looking at as well. And it won't just be methods I've done, it'd be methods I was looking at doing, or that I know have been very good in the meantime as well. But in terms of tonight, I'm going to do my mining, I'm going to go and do my beehives as well because I want to get to play around farms as soon as possible. And I'm just going to continue to do stuff as well. In terms of what we got for the Grand Exchange, just before we finish, just so I can just really like cut you, just to get you guys up to date. We are trying to sell some stuff. We still got like 19 mil sat in the bank, which is really nice. We have sold some silver sickles, but they've gone a bit slow. I've got some wall segments in there as well. I'm trying to sell them for a bit higher than what they were before, but I'm going to drop them down now to like just under 15,000 coins, which is still really good profit from those. Probably putting about a 10k profit at the minute, which is really good. It's only outperformed really by those silver sickles at roughly like 20-ish K profit, which again, really, really good. But that's going to wrap up the episode. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Really hope you guys are looking forward to like the change of direction and just focusing on something else apart from quests for a little while. We are going to do things like herb lore, and I've got a couple of quests to levels fishing up quite quick. So we're going to go and do the fishing contest, and we're going to do sea slug, and then fishing and cooking will come up with it as well. And we're just going to spend a little bit of time just focusing on like getting like 40 base stats, just to give us a bit of a start as well, because I do think like even though Havenheim hasn't been mentioned for Feb, I do think it's going to be March, and that just means that if we can get a little bit ahead of ourselves and like get some cash and get some levels, it just means we can just jump into content a lot bigger. But really hope you guys still enjoying the videos. Again, the likes, the comments, the views really are going so well, so thank you guys so much for that. The subathon is still on as well, so if you are enjoying the videos, subscribe, please like the video as well. It all contributes to more and more double uploads. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.